Good morning.
Once again, good morning.
Good morning.
Let us first invoke the blessings of the deity before we take on this great undertaking. Let us pray. God, we bless your name. We thank you for life, love, liberty, even the perilous pursuit of happiness. We thank you for the Mount Tabor Grand Lodge, all of the lodges and chapters who are here, all of the brothers and sisters who travel from near and far to be a part of this program. Even those who might not be a member of our organization, we ask that you would continue to bless them and keep them also. Bless those who might be on their way, extend them traveling grace, that they may be received safe and sound. We love you now. It's in Jesus' name, and every heart shout amen.
Amen.
All right. So we are excited to be here at the leadership seminar. How many believe that blessings are geographical? By show of hands, if you believe that where you are can dictate to your blessing,
Yes.
or even your curse, or your burden, right? Right. So we want to say that we're glad you're here. Let me give you a running demonstration of what I'm talking about. So this is a wallet that I got from Brazil when we visited October of 22.
Yeah.
Right.
21.
21, right? Because we was in Austria October of 22. So anyway, this here is a U.S. dollar. This is a U.S. dollar. In the U.S. right now, it's worth $1. This here is a Brazilian reais, $5, right? You know what it's worth here?
0.
95 cents. This is worth 95 cents here, but in Brazil, it's $5.
So
This is a euro that I took back from Austria, October of 2022 when we were there. This is worth $5.45. Y'all see what I'm getting at? Now, this dollar is worth $1 here, but in Brazil, it's worth $5.85. Some of y'all have figured it out already. This euro in Brazil is worth about $7. I just stopped by to tell you before I bring up our special guest and leadership seminar that where you are determines your value. And you got to be in the right place at the right time. And I just want to let you know that you're in the right place at the right time. So we welcome you to the Mount Tabor Grand Lodge and International Masonic Temple. And I'd like to bring up our leadership seminar host, the man with purpose, with leadership. He's going to talk about purpose of leadership. He's going to talk about the 4 enemies of your success. He's going to talk about recognizing leadership styles, 7 characteristics of successful leadership. And this is something you can use when it comes to life. Let me say this, my little brief testimony. I celebrated 30 years as a Mason, January 15th of this year. Since I have connected with Grandmaster Webb, which we've been doing for years, but since I have connected with him, this is my personal testimony. This short time, from the time that we walked in this building when none of this was here, and decided that we was going to work together to bring back Freemasonry to where it was. This is the first time in a long time that my wholeness took place.
Amen. Amen. Say that.
Huh?
Say that.
Where I was not worried about bills. Some of y'all gonna miss it. I'm telling you what I know. You can play Mason all you want to. And Eastern Star all you want to. But I'm telling you what I know. If you listen to the principles and take some and apply them, you will see an increase. Now I'm gonna drop this and I'm gonna let it come up. But my storm, I was in the middle of the hardest storm I ever had. Ever dealt with in the last 2 months. But I got peace.
Yes, yes.
Because I'm connected and I'm in the right place.
All right.
Stand to your feet and bring up my grandmaster, most worshipful Herbert M. Ware, magniloquent Ware, 33rd over 96.
Okay, y'all can go home now. One thing we learned from that introduction is, first of all, you don't give past Grandmaster Jarvis any money. He will keep it. Thank you, sir. Whoa, welcome to the Mount Tabor Grand Lodge AF and AM International Masonic Temple. We like the way that sounds. And this has been a good journey. As he said, we hooked up and decided to work together, and it hasn't been easy, okay? Because I get my way sometimes, or get in my way sometimes. So, but the bottom line is, one thing about it, this relationship has power because we are committed to going to the same place. Okay? And whether it's his way, my way, when we make a turn or what have you, we know where we are going. And that is the most important thing that has to be said. I have to say, my Father in heaven, give us the giver of all good gifts. Give us this day instructions to perfect our skills and elevate ourselves. Give us, Father, this day insight so that we can have understanding, and give us inspiration so that we can move forward with boldness and clarity. Amen. That was a prayer for those of you that don't know. Okay, I like to try and keep myself honest. Okay, here at Mount Tabor Grand Lodge, our motto and our mission is, through correlated Bible and Masonic teachings, to elevate or improve the character and elevate the character and moral levels of our members and all we come in contact with. So when past Grandmasters say come back to the way Masonry used to be, that's what we're talking about, okay? And you can't do it without biblical teachings. So peace, you might want to write some of this down. Romans 8:6. It says the mind set on the spirit is life and peace. Romans 8:6. Now, I said in one of my videos recently that this year I'm going to talk about principles. Principles. When we come down to peace, we're talking Matthew 7, chapter 7, verses 7 through 8. That's a principle. You want to look that up. As far as power is concerned, Luke 1:37, nothing is impossible with God. And when you look at Matthew 18, verse 19, that's a principle. Prosperity, because we after peace, power, and prosperity. And we're looking at 2 Corinthians 9:8, which says, God is able to make all grace abound to me so that I always have all sufficiency in everything. Okay? That's prosperity. Now, I'm going to give you two principles. One of them I love dearly, Proverbs 14:23. And most people hate that. It says, in all labor there's profit. Now, I am I'm an A-type guy. Okay? Proverbs 14:23 has two parts. I want to tell you the A part. In all labor there's profit. The B part is, but mere talk leads to poverty. Let me say that again, because, see, somebody's going to tell you something, and I want you to understand. Mere talk leads to poverty. I just focus in on the A part, okay? And when you focus in on the A part, you move faster, you move with confidence, you move with boldness. The second principle is Proverbs 18:21. So I'm gonna say, look those up, employ them in your life, and have fun with them. If for those of you that don't know, I wrote a book called Masonic Maturity Through Scripture. This book is designed to approach and help you take a good look at your character, how you operate, and so forth. This is not for just for Masons. This is gender neutral. Okay, I always say, ladies, this is a good book for you because it's going to tell you what kind of man you want to get. If you ain't operating according to what's in this book, you might want to just kick him to the curb. For Masons, this book here will take your ritual. It takes your ritual and shows you where it's located in the Bible. Okay? We say that masonry is a handmaiden to the Bible. 99.9% of what's in the ritual, be it OES or Mason, come from the Bible. So this gives you validation, scriptural validation. Okay? Excellent book, brothers, to study and or lecture from. So, also I have a Masonic Mount Tabor Grand Lodge or Mount Tabor YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, go on the YouTube channel, type in Mount Tabor YouTube channel. It's about 160 videos, all about attitude and the heart, okay? Because if we can get that straight, we can get everything else straight. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And most of you have your program and you have these pens. Now this is my commercial section. You know, before you watch a movie, you always have to have a commercial, right? Okay. If you look at the pens, it says Prearranged Plans of America. Will y'all indulge me for just a minute? Can I do something?
Sure.
It's kind of tacky, okay? But all y'all gonna die. So I sell pre-need funeral plan. What?
It's found on the,
Yeah.
in life, there are two things, death and taxes. I'm Darcia Ellis. Anybody need their taxes done, please hit me up.
That is been your commercial.
She gonna pay me after this. You know, I am a little different, and sometimes I wonder about things. You know, like nothing is ever absolute, except that statement. Y'all gonna figure that out later. Nothing's ever absolute, except that statement. Second thing is, if olive oil comes from olives, where does baby oil come from? You know, you go to the doctor and he gives you medicine, right? And it says take 1 capsule 3 times a day. How do you do that? 1 capsule 3 times a day. I'm just trying to figure that out. You know, and then if tomatoes are a fruit, then is ketchup a smoothie? You gotta pay attention to what some people say. Okay? So you have pen and paper for a reason. Take notes. Every now and then I might say something of importance because I believe you came here for a reason. So, as we like to say in the Masonic Order, what came you here to do? Why are you here? What is it that you want? We always ask in Mount Tabor Grand Lodge for a commitment for a period of time. Why? Because we want you to want something. We want something. We're after something. We have a mission, a goal, a purpose. And if you don't have one, guess what? We're going to miss one another.
Right.
we can't get along with one another. Okay? So we always have to be after something. So again, what do you want to leave here today with? Write that down. You need to write that down. What is it you came here to get? What do you want to leave here with today? Everything $5. Who was that? Okay. Everything I'm going to tell you today, I received through wise counsel or revelation. But it's true. So concentrate on the message, because inspiration rarely comes in a 2-hour movie. It don't even come in a 1-hour sitcom. You can look at all the 30-second commercials you want to, but it doesn't come that way. Inspiration comes in a word. Most of the time, 99% of the time, it comes in a word. It's called a rhema word. Okay? That's a specific word for you. Okay? There's a logos word, which is for the masses, but a rhema word is a special message for you. And then what you have to do is take that word and build upon it. You have to create the movie. Okay? So listen for your rhema word. So, principles, and whatever word you get, stack it up against the principles. Because principles don't lie. Okay? And discipline will not disappoint you. Write that down. Principles don't lie. Whatever goes up must come down. And discipline will not disappoint. Every principle teaches or leads to a promise or a punishment. Promise or punishment. It depends on whether or not you adhere to it, to its warnings or not. That's plain and simple. The principle is there. It doesn't care whether you're black or white. It doesn't care whether you're tall or short, fat or skinny. It doesn't care whether you're rich or poor. The principle is just there. Principles have always been here. They are here. And they will always be here. So you have to zero in and use those principles. Okay? Anything you do, anything you want to do is tied to a principle. If you don't use it, then chances are you're going to get the punishment. Okay? So, true leadership is sowing principle. What you sow, you will receive. A true leader fights tooth and nails to keep from being alone at the top. He is constantly putting something into a person so he, she, and that person can get the max out of it. So you gotta be a sower if you're gonna be a good leader. The objective is to make your people bigger, better, stronger, and more productive. You see, we have 5 areas of our life. We have the spiritual, the family, financial, watch this now, physical, and what's the last one? Social. Understand, priorities. Spiritual, family, financial, physical, and social. So we want to be strong in all of those areas because God calls us in the service. And the only way we're going to be able to handle the service, okay, we're not supposed to be so wired up about titles. He don't call us to titles. He calls us into service. Okay? So we got to put everything in perspective. And we need to make sure that we get our attitudes straight. So attitudes determine the quality of service we're going to provide. The quality of service you provide determines your success in any of those 5 areas. So attitude plus quality equals success. And there's no such thing as being good here, bad there. You either are or you're not. First Herbert says there is no gray area. You're a plus or you're a minus. Bottom line. There's no such thing as being a good Eastern Star in the chapter. And then out here you're a floozy. Okay? There's no such thing as being a master mason over here. On point. Perfect points of interest and all that good stuff. And over here, you're married, got 5 children, but you're over here pinching this. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Okay? Now, as far as the Masons are concerned, what I say is you need to be a pew. You're going to be the same in every area. Okay? A pew is the same size on the front and the back, left and right side, top and bottom. That's the way a man is supposed to be. You're good all the time, everywhere. So is a woman. Okay? And then blessings will come to us. Okay? So that's just the way I look at it. Okay, you can be a sower, you can be a planter, or you can be a consumer. Which always is, the consumer is always dependent upon someone else to give you what you want. Whichever you become is dependent on the principles you employ in your life. Now you might want to look up Galatians 6 and 7, chapter 6, verse 7. But again, I told you before, principles have always been here, they're here, they will always be here. Principles don't lie, and they don't care who you are, how you look, or anything like that. Principles just replace or just give you an end result. That's what they do. The end is just there. You want to know why some people have a whole bunch of money and other people can't get ahead? Because of principles. You want to know why some people are elevated and others are not? Because of the use of principles. Okay? Think about it. When you see somebody, ask them what they do. Find out what they did. 9 times out of 10, they adhere to principles. And the people that come into riches overnight generally lose it because of what? They don't adhere to the principles. Everything is governed by principles. Once you settle on that, then you're in the power seat. Because you have the power of choice. Do I follow it or not? I walk over here and hit this man upside his head. He's 6'3", 6'2", weigh about 250. The principals say, Herbert, you're in trouble. Okay? You just don't do it. Okay? So some things we just cannot do. Okay? From the beginning of time, God has prepared places, then he sent people. So it is with the Masonic order. Every position, every duty, every principle, every precept, and every procedure in the Masonic order has already been laid out. Guess what? We don't have to think about nothing. All we got to do is follow the book. You know why we have so many problems in the Masonic order? You know why we have so many problems in life? Because we don't want to follow the book. So, as a leader, I know I'm talking about leadership. You need to try and follow the book. If you don't have a ritual, if you're not in the Masonic order, follow the book. That's all you got to do. And everything will turn out. I like to say things work out best for those that make the best of how things work out. I don't stop. I tick people off sometimes because they say I'm moving fast. I'm heartless, I'm cruel, I'm rough. But see, I got a place to go. Okay? I got a place to go. It's kind of like this. If I told you there was $1 million waiting for you in Los Angeles, California, on Hollywood, in the 3800 block of Hollywood Boulevard, how many of you would ride a bicycle? Huh? If I had to ride a bicycle, okay, but preferably you're gonna catch a plane.
That's right.
Okay, so why should I take my time getting to where my reward is?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? This is what we have to do. We have to figure out what it is we want. I asked you from the beginning, why are you here? What do you want? Figure out what it is you want. Now, you got a choice. You can take a jet, you can take a train, you can take a regular twin-engine plane, you can drive your car, you can ride a bicycle. What you gonna do?
So I thought you were saying about the road.
Huh?
I thought you were saying about the road.
I'm gonna ride that bike.
Listen to me. Now that you taking me way off into my presentation here, because see, that's where relationships come in at. See, you're broke, but he got a car. Okay?
Okay.
He know how to fly a plane.
All right, then.
Now you still on ride
I'm
bicycle?
call my brother. Let me find out. I'm ready to run. Don't worry.
See, and guess what? His point of view is principle. Whatever you give, you get. So he gonna be glad to take it. You understand what I'm saying?
Understand.
But see, you wanna ride a bike so you keep the whole million yourself. And day after tomorrow, you broke again. Because you didn't
I didn't go by the principle.
You didn't go by the principle.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, Brother Wicks.
I won't promise you.
Okay. Leadership starts with self. Okay. I joke oftentimes about First Herbert, but there really is a me, myself, and I. Okay. There really is. Serious business here. Me, myself, and I. And oftentimes we don't agree. Okay. I want, but me don't want to do it. Okay. Or myself wants something else. And see, it's hard for us to come together and work together if I can't get me together. Okay. Now listen to this. The Trinity is real. Okay.